Okay, so this isn't my story, not exactly. I got handed this tale by a friend of mine, Alex, who swore I had to tell it for her. She said I'd do it justice, and after hearing it, I couldn't say no. Cause picture this, it was a rainy Friday night, and Alex was sitting across from this guy, Jake, in a pub that smelled like burnt cigarettes and regret. He seemed normal at first, cute smile, decent Tinder bio, just a guy who loves hiking and horror movies. Harmless, right? But halfway through her glass of wine, he leans in close, too close, and whispers, "I brought something for you." She's thinking, flowers, maybe a quirky gift. Nope. He pulls out a Ziploc bag with a lock of blonde hair inside, tangled and definitely not hers. He grins and says, "It's from my last date. She didn't need it anymore." Alex laughed, nervously, thinking it was a weird joke. It wasn't. That was just a start. Stick around, because this is her Tinder horror story, straight from her lips to me to you, and trust me, it gets worse. So, like I said, this is Alex's story. She's a friend, 20-something, sharp, funny, and she begged me to share this because, in her words, people need to know what's out there. I'm just the messenger here, piecing it together from the late night voice memo she sent me, her voice shaking as she relived it. Alex had been on Tinder for about 6 months before Jake swiped into her life. She's seen it all, gym selfies, blurry dog pictures, bios claiming fluent in sarcasm, like it's a badge of honour. She wasn't after anything serious, just a fun night, maybe a good laugh with friends later. Well, she got a story alright, just not the kind she expected. Tinder felt safe to her. She said, "You've got their profile, a few messages till you feel them out, and then the illusion that you can unmatch a creep and call it a day." But some creeps don't unmatch so easily. Some of them swipe right to drag you into their own twisted game. Alex told me this isn't about her dates. Most were fine, some were even great. This is about the date. The one that made her delete the app, change her locks and sleep with a baseball bat under her bed for a month. It started simple, like any match does. But over one sleepless weekend, it turned into something straight out of a horror movie. One she didn't sign up to starring. So grab a drink, dim the lights, and let me tell you Alex's tale. The night she ignored every red flag and swiped right on terror. Alex said it started with a ding. "You've got a match. Jake, 28, 6'2", profile picture of him on a mountain trail, grinning like he's conquered the world, and his bio, he loves the outdoor, horror flicks, and good company, let's make memories." She swiped right, thought he looked like the coffee in bed type, not a serial killer. They started chatting and he was smooth, witty, quick, asking about her favourite scary movies. She mentioned The Conjuring and he replied, "Oh, I've got something even scarier in mind." She thought, movie night. She was wrong. First red flag, he pushed to meet her too fast. 2 days after matching, she suggested coffee. He insisted on drinks, 20 minutes out of town. "It's quiet," he texted, "no distractions." She shrugged. Maybe he's just decisive. But his messages got weird. "What's your favourite smell? Do you ever feel watched?" She laughed it off, but he kept going. "I bet you'd look good running through the woods," he wrote. She should have unmatched him, she told me, but she didn't. Thought she was just overreacting. Date day. He sent the address and said, "Where's something you can move in?" She laughed. "What are we, hiking to the pub?" And drove out in jeans and a sweater. The pub was a dump. Flickering signs, greasy windows, near empty lot with a black pickup she figured was his. Inside, Jake was waiting in a corner booth. Looked like his pics, tall, broad, dark hair, but his eyes were too bright, like he hadn't slept. He waved her over, one hand always on the table. They ordered drinks, a wine for her, but nothing for him, and he started asking odd stuff. Ever been lost in the dark? What's the most scared you've ever been? She tried small talk. He'll just smile, slow, crooked, and say, "You'll see." Then the hair. She said he pulled out that Ziploc bag and her stomach flipped. A souvenir, he called it. She asked, "What the hell is that?" And he said he had more at home. Locks of hair, fingernails, a tooth he found. Kept them in a box under his bed. She half joked, "What are you, a serial killer?" He didn't laugh, just stared and said, "Not yet." That's when she knew she had to bolt. But the pub was empty by then. There was no bar staff, no patrons, and the rain outside turned the lot into a blur. She was stuck, and he knew it. Alex told me she mumbled about the bathroom and ran. Plan, get to her car, lock it, drive. But Jake grabbed her wrist, hard. "Where are you going?" he asked, voice low, eyes locked on hers. She yanked free and said, "Just need to pee," and bolted to the back. Single stall bathroom, grimy, dark, tiny window. She locked the door, climbed the toilet, clawed at the window, rusted shut. Then knock, knock, knock. "Alex," he called, calm. "You okay?" Her heart pounded. She didn't answer, just kept scraping. The knocking stopped and the doorknob rattled, hard. Banging followed. Slams shaking the door. "Come on, I just want to show you something," he said. She kicked the window open, squeezed through, scraping her arms, and fell into the alley. Mud soaking her, she ran for the parking lot. But he was there, leaning on her car, twirling her keys. She'd left her purse behind. "You forgot something?" He grinned. Lightning flashed. His shadow stretched too long, too thin. She backed away, slipped, and sprinted into the woods. Branches clawed her. Rain blinded her. His footsteps steady behind. She tripped into a ditch, went quiet, waiting. Minutes passed. Nothing. She clawed out, flagged a trucker on the highway, got to a gas station. Her car gone when she returned with the police. So was Jake. Alex said sleep was impossible after. Every creak, every shadow. She would wake, sure he was there. The police found zilch. No Jake, no pickup, no bar staff who recalled them. A purse turned up in a dumpster with a Polaroid of her in the booth, smiling, nervous, taken by him, but unseen. She dug online, found a post about a guy named Jay with a collection at that pub. Blonde hair, maybe the same guy. Maybe she got lucky. She learned to trust her gut. If it's off, it's off, she said. Safety's not a given, not even in public. Jake taught her evil can look normal, cute smile and all. Alex deleted Tinder, changed her locks, avoids that pub. She's okay, mostly. Doesn't know who Jake was or where he is. Maybe he's still swiping. And her takeaway? Dating's a gamble. Sometimes you swipe on a nightmare. That's her story, straight from her to me. Have you got your own dating app horror? Share it below. I'll read every creepy bit. And if you liked this, subscribe. I've got more stories. Not all from Alex, but we'll see you next time, if you dare.